Birds flying high.
I'm here to do some questions with my friend Jessica.
Hello.
About living and teaching here in Korea. We made a video a few months back, I think back in May, about our first few months here in Korea, and now we're back to do a kind of a little recap for the end of the year now.
Yeah, it's crazy. It seemed like that video was done yesterday.
It's now 2017, somehow.
I'm blonde. Things change.
Things change. All right, so we're gonna get into a few questions here. First question is gonna be, what is the best Korean food that you've had here? Jessica, you can start.
Okay, the best Korean food. Well, I think we discussed this in our first video, how we didn't love Korean food.
I've gotten to like it.
I've gotten to like it too.
I've gotten to like it quite a bit.
Same. The best thing, I don't know if it's like the best thing, but something that's really good that I like to order.
Yeah, favorite dish maybe,
is the gimbap with like the pork cutlet inside.
Donkatsu
Yeah,
gimbap.
yeah.
Donkatsu gimbap.
Dongatsu gimbap is really good. Also, anything with cheese and rice together is also really good.
Donkatsu gimbap 좋아해요.
Wow, see, I should just bring you around.
I like Donkatsu gimbap. For some reason, this is the best dish that I've had. It was the andong jimdak in Sokcho. So jimdak is, chicken with noodles, and it's with this kind of sauce. Usually it's spicy. Usually spicy with this like sauce, this like brown sauce, and has noodles and chicken, maybe potato. The andong jimdak has mandu in it, and mandu are these little dumpling things here in Korea.
Love mandu.
Really good. But this specific jimdak dish I had in Sokcho, and Sokcho is actually the area where everyone plays Pokemon Go in Korea because it's blocked everywhere else in Korea except this one area.
Did you play?
I did not play.
No.
I did not. I still have not played Pokemon Go. Next question. Best advice for homesickness. I will say it's no secret that when you're living abroad and when you are kind of living on your own in an apartment, you can get lonely and homesick. So
Everyone does.
Yeah, and that's something that you really have to contend with here in Korea. And I definitely went through that myself. And I think you said you did as well. And I guess the best thing to kind of fix the homesickness is, something that's kind of obvious. You can, speak with your friends or family back home on Skype. That's a big thing. It's important to do that. And I, for one, am not the best at staying in touch with everyone from back home. I'm not that good at it, but I should work better at it so I can stay in touch with everyone. But just recently, a few weeks ago, around Christmas, Skype my family, which was really nice to talk with them.
Yeah, and it feels good to see and hear familiar voices and faces. So yeah, it definitely helps.
Right, and then I also Facebook chatted or video chat, just like Skype, one of my friends recently, and that was nice just because I hadn't talked to him in a while, and it was nice to catch up on things and tell him about my experiences here in Korea. So that is a good thing. And then also just talk with your friends here about it. It can be kind of maybe an uncomfortable thing to talk about, but I think...
But everyone's going through it. So it's if you can just talk with someone, they're like, oh, me too. And then you can just kind of bond with that common connection.
Exactly. It's a necessary thing. And, as everyone knows, it's not good to keep anything kind of bottled up inside. So I think it's a really good idea to, talk with your friends here and just kind of understand how they feel about it and their thoughts. So yeah, I think that is probably my best advice for homesickness.
Yeah.
Jessica?
For me personally, when I get really homesick, I go out and treat myself. So
Treat yourself.
I treat myself. I'll go to Nampo and Busan and just get spaghetti, get some cheesy bread, maybe get some chocolate cookies.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just go outside, just treat myself, maybe buy a pair of funky socks. That was really hard, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I just treat myself because I feel like you need to do that sometimes when you're by yourself and you live by yourself. No one's gonna do that kind of stuff for you. So it's you may as well do it yourself. So just take yourself out and eat stuff that you love that's familiar. Buy something small that can make you happy, and then it just lifts your mood. So
and I'll add to that a little bit too, because I think treating yourself or doing something for yourself is a good way to kind of get over that homesickness or just kind of get your thoughts off of whatever you're thinking about.
Yeah.
And also for me, just doing something really active and just getting your body moving. That is
the most important.
It's
Get out of your house.
Cure for a lot of things.
Yeah.
Actually. So yeah, if you're
just life advice,
feeling down at all, yeah, get out of your house, start moving your body, like do a little workout, just do something. You're gonna feel better.
Instantly.
Guaranteed.
100% right.
Next question is best thing to do in the city where you live. So I'm here in Daegu. And
I'm in Busan.
She is in Busan. So let's start with Jessica. What is the best thing to do in Busan, Jessica?
The best thing to do in Busan, depending on the month, because different months have different festivals, different seasons. I would say the best thing to do all year round is to go to... I really love Nampo area. Like the Nampo area is like my home. So I just feel like walking around Nampo, getting the street food, going to go thrift shopping, getting to go to the Jagashi fish market, going to the book alley store. There's just so much to do in Nampo. You can also go up the Busan Tower. There's Yangdo Island that's just like on the south of there. So just, yeah, Nampo is like my favorite area and there's just so much to do. You can spend an entire day there.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, so I think the best thing to do in my city, there's a few things. I like going to this area called Susong Lake. It's really nice, peaceful area, and I had a really good time with some friends in the summer just hanging out by the lake at night during the summer. Instead of just going downtown and like going to the bars and the clubs or whatever. Because that gets
relaxing.
Yeah, it gets kind of old really quickly. And there's some cool lights at night. You just chilled there, maybe had some beers and just, you know, talked. And it felt nice because when you're on the water, even though it's a small pond, you have that breeze and everything like that. So that's probably one of my favorite things. And then another thing I'll mention, and I told Jessica about this, was Mount Absan. Mount Absan is this mountain right here in the city in Daegu, and it's not a tough climb at all. It's like 45 minutes to an hour. You climb up, and there's a lighted path all the way up, and so you can go at night. And there's an amazing view of the city from that mountain at night. You can see the entire skyline of Daegu. Really beautiful. So I got some really cool like long exposure night photographs there.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that was really good. So yeah, those two things, part of my favorite things to do in Daegu.
Yeah.
Next question is, one thing you wish you knew before you came to Korea to teach here.
There's so much I wish I knew.
So one thing I wish I knew was, I suppose, more of the reality of the day-to-day of living and teaching in Korea. And I suppose that you really can't know that until you actually do it. Here. But maybe, you know, it could have been some insight into it a little bit more. It's just different than what you would expect. There's a lot of free time and there's a lot of that going on. So I guess I would have, you know, wanted to know more about that.
So basically it's how much free time you have.
How much free time you have, I guess. I wish I knew more about the less glamorous things and also like more about the free time.
Yeah, but I also think you have to learn the hard way too. To just kind of dive in,
for sure,
figure it out so you're not worried about it and then just like go from there.
So if you like this video, I'd like you to click on that like button, maybe drop a comment down below, get a little conversation started, and yeah, go on over to Jessica's YouTube channel. I'll put that in the description, and thanks for watching. Peace out.
안녕히 계세요.
Nice, that was good.
Thank you.